Dzień dobry, nazywam się Katarzyna Biernacka i uczę języka angielskiego szytego na miarę dla polskich odbiorców, a także dopasowany do indywidualnych potrzeb ucznia, interesujących go tematów i wykonywanego zawodu. Dziś czas past simple dla psychoterapeuty, psychoterapeutki. I pytanie: Did Freud have the Oedipus complex? Spróbujmy na nie odpowiedzieć. Zaczynamy. A few sentences about Freud's life. As you can see, sentence number 1 is already done. Past simple was, so Sigmund Freud was. And a few more sentences about his life. You give it a try and fill the gaps with past simple verbs. Pause the video, do the exercise, and then see the key. And here is the key. I'm going to read it out for you. Sigmund Freud was born in Freiburg, the then Austrian Empire, in 1856. His parents were Ashkenazi Jews, but he was an atheist. He studied medicine at the University of Vienna. At the age of 30, Freud married Martha Bernays, and the Freuds had 6 children. His 3 sons fought in World War I and survived. Anna Freud, his youngest daughter, also became a psychoanalyst. In 1938, Freud decided to leave Austria with his family to escape Nazi persecution. He died in the United Kingdom in 1939. And the second part of Freud's biography, this time about his career. Again, sentences with gaps. The words that go in the gaps are at the bottom. Consisted, developed, interpreted, lay, introduced, learned, and used. You have to put them in the correct gaps. You can pause the video, do the exercise, and then see the key. Here's the key. As before, I'm going to read it out for you. Freud learned about hypnosis in France, and he used it in his private practice. He developed psychoanalysis as a set of theories and therapeutic techniques in the 1890s. His patients lay on a couch, and Freud interpreted their free associations, fantasies, dreams, and slips of the tongue. In his 1899 book, The Interpretation of Dreams, Freud introduced his theory of the unconscious and the theory of the Oedipus complex. His model of the psyche consisted of the id, the ego, and the superego. And now, a short quiz. So there are a few questions, and you will have to answer them. Give it a try on your own. You can pause the video, and then, as usual, you are going to see the key. And here is the key to the quiz. Freud wasn't a practicing Jew. He was an atheist. He didn't study medicine in his hometown. He studied it in Vienna. He didn't have 5 children. He had 6 children. Why did the Freuds leave Austria in 1938? They left to escape Nazi persecution. Freud died in the UK. Anna Freud didn't die in childhood. She became a psychoanalyst, lived a long life, and died in 1982. His patients, Freud's patients, didn't sit in a chair. They lay on a couch. And his model of the psyche didn't consist of 2 parts, it consisted of 3 parts. Past simple is formed in 3 ways, depending on which verb we're talking about. Most verbs are regular, and then you add ed at the end. So, for example, he developed psychoanalysis in the 1890s. He interpreted, he introduced, he survived, he worked, etc. The question is with a did When did he develop psychoanalysis? And then you don't add ed at the end. And the negative, he didn't develop cognitive behavioral therapy. So didn't or did not. Irregular verbs have a special irregular form. If you learn certain tables of irregular verbs, this is the second part of the table. So, for example, have, had, it's going to be had. Write, wrote, written is going to be wrote. So he had 6 children. Question goes with did. How many children did he have? And we go back to the first form. He didn't have only daughters, he also had sons. So we also have the first form of the verb and didn't. He didn't have. He didn't write. He didn't fight, etc. And to be, the question is with inversion. So if we have Freud was an atheist, question, was Freud an atheist? And negative, Freud wasn't. Was goes with I, he, she, it, and were goes with we, you, they. A few interesting facts about Freud. In 1884, he carried out unsuccessful experiments with cocaine to find out if the drug could treat a number of diseases. It couldn't. A sad thing is that the Spanish flu killed Freud's favorite daughter, Sophie, in 1920, which is a paradox compared to the fact that his 3 sons fought in World War I and survived. Finally, Freud's concepts of free association and dream analysis, as well as accessing the unconscious, strongly influenced surrealist artists after World War I. And what about the Oedipus complex? Well, Freud claimed that it was a universal problem, so by implication, he must have had it. So the answer is yes, he did have it. Now, if psychoanalysis was successful in the solution of his own problems, he may have solved it and didn't have it later on in his life. Past simple is simply about the past, about events that started and finished in the past. We know it and our listeners know it, or our listeners learn it from us. So when I speak about Freud, I know and you know that he was born and he died. So anything I tell you about his life is going to be in the past simple. When I refer to specific dates, also like in 1856, he was born. He died in 1939. He left Austria in 1938, or 1 year before World War II. If we refer to events that everybody knows, their time in the past, like World War II or World War I, we can also use past simple. We don't have to refer to a specific year. We can refer to a specific period, like from 1873 to 1881. Freud studied medicine in Vienna. We can also refer to his age. At the age of 30, he got married, etc., etc. Past simple is simply about the past. We're not referring to any present conclusions or present results of past actions. We refer to them being in the past, and specific past time or specific past period. So this is the end of this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!